This is from the Petty Corner. I'm Petty Diana, and today I have the heavyweight champion, Damien the Bell Dibbell, with me today. He has a match coming up at Power Slap 14 in New Orleans. Welcome back to the Petty Corner, Damien.
Thank you for having me on. Always appreciate doing interviews with you.
Of course, I always love having you here too. Okay, so this was your fourth title defense. How are you feeling going into this match?
I'm feeling pretty confident. I've been working up my ass off since the last fight. Had a shaky match against Dorian, so I really want to go out there and prove myself. And winning the coin toss and really being able to cement that first hit is really going to play a role fighting someone like Wes.
So what have you been doing since your last match to prepare for this one?
I've been hitting the gym hard ever since that last match. It's been nonstop. I was working at the tree company and then just going to the gym after that, making sure my body's right. I'm trying to do everything I can to get into the best shape I can, between the events. And then now it's just honing in on the technique.
Okay, and then the Crazy Hawaiian went on Slap News pretty recently, and he had mentioned that he just had an injury, but he was actually set to face you. And then a lot of people feel like Dorian should have got the rematch. So do you feel like Wes is a good opponent for you, or did you feel like maybe not Damien. I always mix you in. All the T's, there's too many. You and Dorian should have got the rematch.
I would have loved to rematch Dorian. I think he has earned a rematch, fighting against Pono, but they don't like doing the rematches. That, especially in their eyes, they don't see the match going any other way. Just because of the clubbing penalties in my match, like they don't like that. They want the championship fights to be a lot cleaner than that. So, they probably looked at that when deciding who should get the next opportunity, and Wes was just right there. I was a bit surprised. I honestly thought I was going to get either Crazy Juan before he got injured or Dorian, but they told me Wes, and I was happy, accept anybody at that point.
And what do you think your keys to victory is over Wes?
I feel like it's just going to be the same thing I've been doing, just go into the match 100% effort on the first hit. I'm not going to hold back on him. I've been working on my defense, but I'm not even trying to get to that point. Really going to lock in on this first round and get that first round knockout.
I love it. I can't wait. I know in the past, I believe you didn't really have friends or family come with you because it was so far away, but now New Orleans is closer to Florida. Do you have any friends and family coming with you this time around?
I might have some friends and family coming out there for this event. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be out there, but I'm hoping to see a couple of my, family or friends out there in the crowd.
I love it. Have you ever been to New Orleans before?
I've been there a couple of times already.
Oh, cool. So I'll ask you for some food and all the fun things to do while I'm there.
I got you. I know a couple spots up there that are pretty nice.
Do you have anything fun planned outside of your match?
I have a couple social media things. Got my management team planning some after party events and stuff like that. So excited to see what that comes out to. But for me personally, I've planned just a couple food eating competitions. Gonna go see some museums. Just explore the city since we have a whole week to be out there.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Do you have a walkout song picked out yet? I think I have a suggestion for you, but I just want to hear if you had one picked yet.
I had already sent my walkout song. It's "Paper Trails" by Joey Badass. I don't know if you know that song, but to me, I feel like that's just a good representation of this fight for me.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what this song is called, but it's like "You Can Ring My Bell."
I've definitely heard that song before because people have been suggesting any song that has a reference to a bell, something being rung. Someone's recommended it to me.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. Okay, so there are 4 other heavyweight matches on this card. There's a few on the pre-recordings and some on the prelims. And I just wanted to get your thoughts on them, and they were publicly announced, so we're okay to talk about them. But the first one is Darius the Destroyer. You have faced him before against James Stonier. Who you got?
I haven't faced Darius before. That was Dorian that faced him.
Oh,
But yeah, he
oh, he was in the first match against Wolverine, and they had their rivalry.
Yeah, they had their little thing going, and it's weird to see Darius in the position that he's in because he came into the sport in possibly the best position that he could be, and Rod knocked him out, and it's just been downhill ever since for him. So just personally, I was a fan of him before I even like joined Stat Fighting. So I'd want to see him to do well in this match. I'm really. It sucks because we're competitors now, but back in the day, I was rooting for him all throughout his career. So I'd really appreciate to see him go out there and really put on a good show for everybody.
Love it. Okay, and then we have Ro Montana and Cody Krashnik. And if I remember correctly, Cody faced Darius on the show, and that's when Darius got his first win. But I could be mixing things up. But Ro Montana is a new striker. He came from a wrestling background. He was on the last card, but those results are not out yet.
Yeah, I remember him fighting at a super heavyweight, and he cut down to heavyweight. I heard, so I'm excited to see that match. Just get new blood. I know both of those guys are unranked, so just see who's trying to get into the division and claw their way up to the top 10 rankings.
Yes. Okay, and then we have Zakir and Cooper Housley.
I'm just curious if Zakir is going to keep it clean. That's really what I want to see in that match. See if Zakir could keep it clean, and if Cooper can take those hits. Like he got knocked out pretty badly going against Pono, so it'd be awesome to see him go up there and actually show off having a chin.
Yes. Okay. Before I move on to the next one, I just have a question for you because you're an OG. You've been around since before Power Slap and Slap Fighting. And you've seen the whole progression since the beginning. But there has been a lot of talk online recently because of all the fouls and people fouling multiple times in a row, like DQing out. Do you think there should be some kind of repercussion on them, whether it's like, you can't be on the next card or pay doc or something if they had more than one DQ in a row?
I feel like if you have more than one DQ, it's more of the possibility of you even staying in Power Slap is at risk at that point. They they really don't play like if you see like Evian, he's the image that they want. He should be doing great, but he has such a bad record with DQing and penalties. You don't see him getting many fights anymore. It's it's not like a stated thing, but there are repercussions. You're not going to keep getting opportunities if you keep DQing yourself and if you can't keep it clean during a match.
Love it. Yeah, I just had to ask because Zakir DQ'd out on his last two, and there's no shade to him because there's been a few people, and I've been seeing like the talk online about it. But we'll move on from there. Love your point of view, and thanks for sharing that.
No
Um,
problem.
but then we have Nate and Aaron. I'm really excited about this match because I have always said that I wanted to see Nate, Aaron, and Wes against each other just because of their backgrounds. All college football players, all security guards. Um, Personal security, that kind of background. But who do you have in that one? You faced Nate before, so yeah, Nate or Aaron?
I'd have to go with Nate just because of Aaron's last performance was pretty bad. Like he couldn't stand still to take the hit. He wasn't landing clean shots. That like it kind of hurts me looking at Wes's fight with him because I can't. There's nothing to really go off of because he really just beat himself during that match. So it'd be nice to see some improvement in just being able to stand still and take the hits and land clean strikes.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to judge Aaron though too because his first one was against Brian Ellis and he took the shots well and then he ended up knocking him out. So um, hopefully
Yeah,
it's a
it's
nice clean match this time.
oh yeah, and it is also possible he just got in his own head for after that match. Because for some people you get a crazy knockout, but there's always in the back of your head that could be your next fight. So for newer guys that still don't have a lot of experience, that's always a possibility that could mess up their opportunities for the next fight.
Yes, and his first one was a pre-recording, and then his second one was on a live card. So I'm wondering if maybe like the crowd and the bigger
Oh,
lights and
pressure.
stuff.
Yeah, the big lights right in your face of people yelling in the crowd. It could definitely add that additional pressure during your match.
Yes. So do you feel like the winner between Nate and Aaron would be a title contender fight, or do you feel like maybe Pono would be the next contender, or even Dorian since he's been sitting at number one, but Pono is coming off that win against James?
I feel like Pono would be my next contender after I beat Wes, and then at that point, if I do beat Pono as well, then it's really just whoever's next in line if Crazy Hawaiian isn't healed up and they just give him that match already. So it's really up in the air a little bit, but I feel like they want Dorian to like show that he could be 100% clean, which he kind of did against Pono, but there's still some arguments about how that fight went. A lot of people thought he didn't get called for things that he should have been called for. So they want to see that he could be clean and he could be professional on the sport. And I think just one more good performance from him and he could be back in the conversation. But between Nate and Aaron, I don't see that being a contender fight. Just with Nate has lost his last 3 fights before this, and Aaron had a very bad performance before this. So I feel like either one of those guys needs at least this win and then another win before they really start looking at you.
Yeah. No, I love it. I only had to ask because Nate's sitting at number 2. And then, Dorian's sitting at number 1. But Pono came off a good performance, but he did lose to Dorian by decision. So, I mean, your division's exciting. There's so many matches that could be made. And then you have Crazy coming in the mix when he's all healed and healthy. But yeah, what are your final thoughts going into this match against Wes?
I'm just excited for the opportunity. It's going to be a crazy night, and I'm looking for a big knockout and a nice bonus check at the end of the day. And I'm hoping he's bringing his A game. He's been training hard, and it's going to pay off because he's going to be able to use all them muscles to push his ass off the floor. So that's about it.
I love it. Okay, and then in the past, you already had set plans for your bonus checks. I believe you got a Mustang with one
Yeah.
of them, and then you were putting some money away for law school and stuff. But do you have any plans for if you were to secure the bonus for this one?
I'm actually moving right now, so just use it towards that, getting a new place once we get to where we're going and maybe get myself a little truck to tote around since I'm not driving the Mustang when it snows. That's a fact. So going to
Oh,
need a second vehicle.
so you're moving out of Florida.
Oh yeah. This is actually my last day and interview living in this room and, being in this location.
Wow. Do you want to share what state you're moving to?
I'm moving up to New York.
Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah. So
Well,
it's a big move. It's pretty exciting.
yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited for you. Right now you are tied with Wolverine for most title defenses in Power Slap. You will surpass him. If you secure the win here, he actually just tied you on his last match. I don't know if you knew that record or not. But I hope you have a safe trip to New Orleans, and I hope your move goes smoothly.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And I'll see you next week.